It's Monday.
Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday.
Welcome to Making Moguls. And if you was tuning in before, welcome back. Live stream got cut off, but we're back at the beginning.
And we apologize. It's gonna be bigger and better, and we're gonna have a bomb ass. That's how we do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we're gonna drop it in. So, welcome, Making Moguls Monday. We live on YouTube, and it's either you win with us,
you watch us win, baby.
You know, it's your boy, Sir Vijano Alexander, aka King Cosmic, and I'm with.
What's good? It's your girl Empress, where the energy is tasted and the love is felt. And we got somebody special.
Blast from the past, baby.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm hearing he the king of comedy of Brooklyn, but you know, that's off the record, on the record. It was good.
I like this.
Welcome, my guy, Skip from BK, Howard in the building.
Now y'all dope as hell, because y'all made that sound exactly like the first one. I was like, what is this? We in Doctor Strange? We're just playing.
Hey, I told you, new universe.
No, but like, you know, in this timeline.
Yes.
We back. But no, it's been a long time since I connected with you, bro. We were kind of like going off on our own journeys.
Yeah, you know. And I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Like,
and they align perfectly.
Like, it's crazy because, you know, there's some people that you run close with that you don't end up close with. And then there's some people that you meet along your journey that's supposed to meet you when he's supposed to meet you. You know what I mean? Like, and I've always loved that when my paths get to cross with somebody, I've also been running in their direction. Yeah. And we get to see the growth and get to, you know, link
when
up.
When that elevation checkpoint each other, like, what's good? Oh, baby, you want to talk to? Oh, I like that. Welcome to the Mogul Show.
And welcome to Making Moguls, bro. So we're going to get into it. Every Monday, we start off with the small wins, the place where you win in between the wins, because we want to make sure that we highlight and celebrate the whole journey.
Right.
So, my small win was the ability to make it through, to handle it, because life started coming at me from all angles, you know. And if you don't know, like, I run a travel business, I had to deal with some stuff from that, right? I run a cannabis lifestyle brand. IRS was like, come here, bro. And then I have Making Moguls, and I had to get everything organized, you know. And, you know, everything was hitting at me, and I had to sit down. I had to take some time, and I was tired. Work had me running, bro. I was running on no sleep. And I was like, nah, I gotta sit down. I gotta focus. I gotta come up with a plan. And I just gave myself the time to line it all up. I've been executing even more beautiful ever since. So that's my small win.
Fire.
I like that. So y'all know, my small win was I got back into writing. Like, that's one of my many talents, my first baby, my first gift. And I was able to really say, like, let's be free. Let's tap into who really created Empress. And let me tell y'all, I'm coming with that splat. That fire, baby. And I may drop that at the Mogul Market March 26th.
I hope y'all ready.
Wait, what you dropping? Because this is a different timeline. You just say you write, and you didn't say what you wrote.
Yeah, I wrote some new poetry. See, I like this
some
guy.
Spoken word, baby.
Okay.
I wrote some new poetry, and it's like, you know, sometimes when life is getting at you as a creative, when you're not releasing on that frequency, when you need to really like sit there and be in tune with your gifts, and you're just going, you become overwhelmed. So before I think I crashed, I said, I'm not gonna crash. Let me write. Let me focus. Let me be intentional about where life is taking me. And I wrote the most beautiful piece, and I'm just like, damn, like, wow, I wrote that. Okay, Maya Angelou. All right.
You said in the other timeline it was your best piece. That's what you said in the other timeline.
It's
that's what you said.
It's my best piece.
Okay, cool. You gotta say it again,
because this timeline. This timeline. They don't know. They don't know.
I like him. Nah, it's legendary, and I think it's because it's so raw.
And I love it.
Like, just the fact that it being so raw, because like life really be happening, and like my life be, it's like, you know, I'm dealing with my pops with epilepsy. I'm becoming a holistic healer. I'm literally getting back to handling my brand on the level that it needs to be handled as I manifest these millions. So it's just like life is like do, and I'm like, all right, what do? I'm not gonna panic. I'm gonna write, and it's it's been a minute since I picked up the pen like this. And literally, as Skip said, this is my best piece.
So
I
we
didn't
gonna-
say that. You
I'm
said
telling
that.
you.
I was
But
just
He
quoting
just
you.
reminded
He
you.
reminded
Yeah,
you.
he just reminded you.
'Cause I didn't.
It's
I didn't hear it. I don't know what you're talking about. The
Yeah,
other
the
time,
other time I heard
it.
a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
I like him.
All right.
But
My
you
turn.
already know.
my
It's
turn.
Yeah, it's your
his
turn,
turn.
Skip.
Tag you
Yeah,
in, tag
my
you
time-
in.
my
Hold
time
on.
back in this timeline. But yes, my small win was just I say it better this timeline. Embracing love and compliments from your peers. I think a lot of times we don't feel like we deserving of that love and compliments, right?
That's true.
So like when you have homies like just 3-4 of them just talking about like, damn, this guy Skip really did this. It's like normally it's like, do I deserve it? Like, no, fuck that. I do deserve it.
That's a fact.
I work hard. So I think that's what we got to teach ourselves, because we're not gonna be here forever. So you gotta
That's
be
a
able
fact.
to like really embrace that love and those flowers now, because there's gonna be a time that you can't get them from these people. So you gotta appreciate it now. So that's my small win, just embracing that love and that moment.
That boy's so
Special.
hanging my
It's a
roses.
beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, baby.
Let's talk about how you even became Skip
Yeah,
from
hold on,
BK.
hold on.
Yo, you skipping? You like, this timeline version.
Timeline jumping around.
Hold on, Metro. Hold on, you
I
going
got
too
you.
fast.
I got you.
Tag
Because
me.
we got to start at the beginning. You
start
know,
at
we
the
got to start
beginning.
at the beginning. You know.
She's skipping foreplay.
Yeah, because I was can't skip the foreplay.
Can't skip the
We
foreplay.
didn't even get to dinner yet.
Yeah, I know.
We
She
didn't get
just
to
skipping-
dinner yet.
Skip it to the dessert.
Yeah.
You better than that.
I enjoy this meal. See, and we're gonna start at the beginning. It's appetizer. Shout out to Organized Chaos.
Shout out to Big Brother LD.
Shout out to
Big Sister Drama Queen. Almost forgot for a second. She would have been like, excuse me. Yes.
Shout out all of my peoples.
All of
Shout out the entire Organized Chaos, Lady Dragons, Higher Level. Ooh, we come from a line, baby. We
From a line of
a
greatness.
line of greatness, baby. And we stepped into the future.
Well, you did.
Right
I was on the bench.
I-
You were a starter. I was on the
I was
bench.
not a starter. I was like a pickup player.
That's what you think?
Yeah, I
That's
definitely.
what you remember?
I definitely was not a starter.
You weren't a starter?
I was not a starter.
Okay.
I did not show up to practice enough times to be a starter.
But did you perform?
I did. I had like 3 performances.
What's wrong with this guy?
But I wasn't a starter. There was those that do international, bro. We won championships.
The only
I
reason
wasn't
why
on
you
those
didn't-
teams,
Yeah,
though.
because you didn't want to.
You're right. I would have didn't want
That
to.
was your fault.
You're right.
Okay, as
You
long
co-
as
you
as long
completely
as you
right.
as long as you're accountable for that, because you're
Nah.
right there,
Yeah, I was, but I just my life was headed for different things.
and it's okay.
You know, but
Appreciate
it was a beautiful time. That's how we
It was.
connected.
High
Shout out
school.
to Brooklyn Tech.
Brooklyn Technical High
It's a
School.
wild place, baby.
Interesting place.
Wild place.
Absolutely.
But since then,
Yes.
my guy
Yes.
has stepped into the game of comedy.
Yep.
He has moved into the lane of hosting.
Yep.
He has thrown and curated amazing events.
Yes, sir.
Powerhouse.
And we're going to talk about how this all began.
Yes.
And what inspired this. Because you said, if I remember from the other timeline,
All the timeline.
that hosting was what got you into it.
Yep.
You know, and that's actually funny now that I think about it, just to relate. Because I think around the time you started hosting was around the time I started getting into events. Around like 2012, right? 2013.
Yeah, it's 2013,
Yeah,
2014, right?
And that
'cause,
was
like,
a golden era.
Is it?
We had some amazing events then, just on the raw energy that
Okay.
people.
Yeah,
It was so raw.
Also, it was the last time before phones and cameras became
Ruin like
yeah.
events. Yeah. No, I agree with you.
We got to ride that wave. I was just thinking about that the other day when I was thinking about the dance hall parties and how people used
Oh,
to
the
go to
bashments?
dance.
Yeah,
Like, people used to
bashments.
go to dance.
Yeah,
like
work the waistline.
yo,
Yeah, work the
and then
waistline.
nobody cared
Yeah.
what was like.
Yeah.
You just came to dance, but
Now everyone be cool. Everyone want to do them Instagram lives.
the only time
and
people
just-
dancing is if they already coupled up.
Everyone in the circles in the Instagram live, like
Yeah,
some type
like-
of ritual circle.
for real.
Everyone's just like, look at me.
Look at my followers. Look
I'm
at your
having,
followers.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun at the event. Yeah, no.
right.
But no, I got into event hosting because, just because of my personality. I think you saw it then. I was like a lot more introverted in high school, and then I got older. Just being a connector, just being like a people person. I think no matter what, I don't think a lot of people dislike me, and if they do, it's probably for a valid reason, right?
Yeah,
Nothing
shit
to be mad
happens,
about. Shit,
yeah.
stuff happens. So it's like, people's like, yo, can you host this event? It's like, sure, why not? Like, because like I said in the other timeline, I think hosting is all about being a really talented master of ceremony, right? It's an MC. So that could be like, a rapper, that could be a poet, that could be a musician. As you're there to create and energy for these group of people from like start to finish. So just really working on that craft of like really just orchestrating the crowd energies.
leading
And
to
then,
that event.
then later on in like 2017 was just starting comedy, stand-up comedy. So yeah, you want me to jump into it or you gonna ask the next question?
All
right, cool.
Jump into it.
It's
Yeah.
y'all show, I'm just here.
Jump into it. It's your episode.
It is, but it was a team effort. It's big three.
It's a fact.
Big three.
Big three.
I don't know who's LeBron and Wade and Bosh, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
So 20. I think adversity builds diamonds, bro.
That's a fact.
Adversity builds diamonds, and I feel like that's why I didn't say the other one. But I was kind of going through it. You were kind of going through it with like the business talk and like the making the infrastructure of like businesses and paying for things and
handling
all those
it, yeah.
stuff. I think it was like the emotional and the mental things of like dealing with family issues that some of them are either outside your realm of control or you're just trying to support people, and sometimes it gets taxing.
And you was going through your own struggles as well.
Yeah, it was like 4 things. I feel like I had 4 meteorites smacking you up. And I was just like tight. So when I was kind of like dealing with all those things, I would just come home after work. I was depressed because I wasn't going outside. I wasn't going to events. I was just inside for like 2 months straight just watching comedy specials. Like all kind of specials. Like white, black, Asian, Hispanic, men, women, however they identify. Just learning like just different types of funny. And I think in that experience, as a person that I don't ever consider myself from like junior high school, like the funniest person in the group. But sometimes a person that's not the most talented person in that group can probably take that appreciation to level up.
Right.
Just because you're nice doesn't mean that you're gifted to be to like that next level. And I think being around so many people that you and I know and other people when I was in like, college, I was like, just taking notes. I was kind of like Eminem and 8 Mile.
Yeah,
just
that
like
hard
really,
work on beat
yeah,
time.
you just like listening like, yo, that was funny. That wasn't funny. Like, how would I do that differently? So I think when you bring those two things together when it comes to hosting and being a comedian, there's a reason why comedians can be good hosts because you know how to make people laugh. You know how to,
how to read the crowd.
Yeah, you want to like.
You're basically the coach of the event.
Yes,
You're the host.
you can say that. Yeah.
So when I feel like when you the comedian, it definitely you're coaching the energy because now it's like, oh, you're setting the tone for that positivity that you're bringing in the atmosphere.
Ideally, if that's the type of comedian you are, because you could be like a dark comedian or a negative comedian that you don't really care about that nice stuff. I'm trying to fuck up the flow.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm more of a positive. I'm just giving you that's not me.
Yeah,
I was giving you the good and bad of like those type of things. So.
Yeah, that's dope though, especially how like you used the fact that you already a people person and already had that connections to then expand into this new realm.
Yes.
And step into it versus somebody who was approaching it from like the comedic side into like getting more into talking to people, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, when they get into comedy, they go straight from like writing to their first time performing and haven't really took any time to like learn the stage or learn people and learn how to like direct energy. So that was a nice transition.
No,
so,
it is. And I think with comedy, even like you said, there are people that are really, really into like the art of comedy, like they read the books and stuff like that, which is good. Or people pay for classes, or people do anything else. There's no right way, like improv. Yeah. There's no right way or wrong way to do it. I think it's just people need to be extremely authentic in who they are, right? Because when it comes to comedy, if you're not authentic on the stage, or if you're not hosting from a place of like, this is who I am, nobody's gonna believe you. Nope. Like if I tell stories about your life, nobody's gonna believe me because I didn't live your life, you know, and vice versa. Like it has to be believable. And I think when it comes from a place of, I think we all remember like kings of comedy when we think of like, let's say Steve Harvey, or we think of, D.L. Hughley or Cedric, or we think of, Bernie, right? We remember those jokes, right? Like I remember Bernie Mac's Milk and Cookies. I remember Steve Harvey. Like you remember these jokes because it was them. It was them. So I think that's just to follow what you said. Like I think in life, you become the best version of yourself when you move in authenticity to who you are, because then there's nothing that nobody can tell you about yourself.
That's a fact.
That's it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I love that. And so now in that authenticity, you found a way to turn just your hosting and your comedy into an actual production.
Yes.
And like, so now how'd you transition? Like how'd you get into that next level?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, so about around that time, I was probably doing comedy from like 2017 to like 2018, 2019. So someone that I went to junior high school with, shout out to Will he's a co-owner of the Love Story Bar, right?
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I met that guy.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I went to like junior high school with him. So he's actually part of the reason why my nickname is Skip. So it's like a closing of the circle type thing.
I love when that happens.
He was part of the group of people that I used to play football with at Huddy in junior high school. So
hey, I forgot we went to Huddy together.
But
That's crazy.
Because we're like 2 years apart.
Yeah,
we probably wouldn't really
we didn't
like,
know each other.
Yeah, because it's like that.
How you
type
segregated as hell.
Yeah. Like with that, the years. Because I was like, I think I was 04 and you were 06.
Yep.
Yeah, so because of that, if I'm like that, we're just hanging around with those kids. You're hanging out. You're just new. You're just like, I don't know what the hell's going on. So he's part of the reason. So he's like, all right, Skip, you doing comedy. You should start hosting stuff here. And I was like, no, because I just started. And for me, I had to kind of go on like this is a really nerdy analogy, but I had to go on a little Goku adventure to understand comedy, right? Because I didn't feel ready for that mental, right? You know, like you gotta like, anybody can just say yes, but I want to do it right. So for like a year, I was just going to a lot of open mics. I was going to shows and I was hungry. I wanted to like let people know who I was. And after kind of like seeing how other people were doing it, the light bulb like started flickering like, all right, I think I know how I want to do my style, right? Yeah. So then I went back to what I was like, yo, let me get the open mic. So back at that time, it used to be open on Tuesdays. Now it's not open on Tuesdays. It's not open on Monday, Tuesdays. It opens Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it used to be open on Sundays. But just those days just to make the most amount of money and get everyone rest and stuff like that. So I used to have a lot of people come on Tuesdays and just come to open mics. Either people trying to do comedy, you know, people just wanted to do something after work, just get some, you know, happy hour drinks. And it was a vibe for like 2019. But then 2020 happened. And then it was like, kind of like halted everything, right? So when I came back in like 2021, 2022 of like hosting shows, Will was like, I really appreciate everything you do for the bar. It used to be just weekly open mics and one show a month, right? And before COVID, I used to have it Saturdays at like a really hard time slot of like 5 to 8.
Yeah.
I don't think people coming out that early 5 to 8, but he gave me Fridays at 7 to 10. That's easier to work with.
Right.
That's like right after work flex, right before the party. You get some laughs in, you go home, change, and go out to the flex. So he's like, oh, you can do it for one Friday. Can you do it for all of them? I was like, no. So what I did was I kind of got a little Avengers team of like, all right, cool. I get a portion of their thing just to help pay for, you know, new equipment, new mics, and that's what I'm trying to do. Just keep improving the brand. So I don't need the money because I have a good like 9 to 5. But how do I use like that money to get more cameras, get more microphones, get more seats? So that's what we've been rocking out like this year. So I was just trying to give opportunities. So we started January 2023 of really having multiple shows every Friday. So now you're thinking, all right, I'm the last Friday, but if you miss my show, I'm always there every Friday because I'm always helping produce the show. So I'm going to be there every Friday getting my reps in and also helping other people try to get their reps in and get money. So that's it. It's just how do I make sure that while I'm helping them, they're helping me too, because I'm seeing different audiences. I'm trying to work different material. I'm trying to figure out what's funny. So it's not really just I'm just giving, but I'm also getting. It's like, how do you be of service to other people and how are people of service to you? If anything is like one-sided, it is not advantageous to you. It's at disadvantageous. So you have to be like, is this worth it? It's not. You want to have like those water pouring into each other type relationships. Those are the best for you long term.
That's a fact. That's a major gem. I'm gonna point that we're gonna on that one, because if you don't build those relationships, that's one of my favorite things about this. It's like I've known this guy since high school, okay? But I went off and did my thing. He went off and did his thing. And we can meet now on a whole different platform, on a whole different level, and be able to relate, because you'll be able to pour into each other and build in these things. And that's the only way, I'm telling you, the only way that you're going to be successful long term. I'll tell you that now, because any other type of relationship is either going to hold you back or distract you when you're trying to accomplish something. And we're here to make moguls, so you either win with us.
I just win, baby.
And that's how we do it.
That's always fire when y'all do that. It really is. And the other timeline I said it, but this is like really some Jadakiss Styles P shit. Like that's like my favorite freaking rap duo.
Thank you. Yo, I've not, shout out to them. Yo, shout out to Jadakiss. I want to put this out there because I want when people watch this. I would never again ever doubt Jadakiss. This has nothing to do with anything, but I have to put this out there. I would never, because what he did on that stage at the Lives thing
with the
Dipset
verses,
yeah, that was legendary.
Wait, you were rooting against
the
Locks? You thought the Dipset was?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was a Dipset fan from high, like this was just nostalgia talking. Like,
no, I'm not saying as a fan.
I love
lyrically-
Dipset. I just love Dipset.
lyrically-
But wait.
No, you're right. You are completely right. You
I
are
didn't even say
completely
anything.
right.
I just want to.
Lyrically,
No, you're right.
All
You're
right.
100%.
yeah.
You are 100%.
That was his second verses, right?
Yeah, no.
No,
It was
because
his
he
first.
went again. No, because the Fabulous Jada was first.
It was?
Yes, it was.
Oh, you're right.
So the fact that you saw him go against Fabulous.
Nah, but
no.
Uh-huh.
I need you to listen to me for 2
yeah,
seconds.
yeah, okay.
You saw
Yeah.
him go against Fabulous. Cerebral. And I love Fabulous. I'm always rocking for Fabulous, but he got beat up. Audio wise.
Like-
You're right.
And also, I don't know if you heard from it, because I know the people he does a podcast with. It's like this 2 Jews and 2 black dudes. Like, it's the real.
Yeah.
He was saying how for Dipset, they practice cues to tell the DJ when they were going to play a song. If someone practices to beat your ass, and he did it for Fabulous, he practiced. I'm always going to go for the. He was Kobe. He was MJ. He was ready. You going off of the cool factor. You going off of Dipset was going to come in high as hell.
I wasn't
and
even
they were
that.
just going to come in.
I went on it because I love Dipset. That's just the answer to that.
mean,
I just went in
respect
as a
it.
fan. That's all I did.
I went in
And
as who was prepared.
you was
Yeah,
right. I didn't know all of that. I didn't research any of
So
this.
what
I
I'm
didn't know
saying-
anything. I just seen what happened. I didn't even go in like really betting on anybody. I just went in as a Dipset fan. Like, yo, I'm happy to see Dipset together.
Yeah, nah,
it's beautiful. But then what he did that night,
nah.
that man, as you said, you're right. He's Kobe. He is MJ.
Dipset
That is a poised man, and hip hop. That is my Dark Knight.
I was
will
gonna
play
say
him.
Dipset when they were with Drake on stage. They probably need Drake on stage to be serious, because they should have went back in time and like, yo, Drake, come on stage with us. They probably would have been real serious, because they performed great when Drake was there. Drake's not there. It's like, all right, man, we just come in here to get some checks and verses.
Right.
Like, how you feeling?
Nah, Styles P, that's my shout out to Styles. I was actually on like seeing his talent in person.
Okay.
I've seen him me and him was on the same Vegan Dell stage. And lyrically the man is a monster.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
He is and he's so New York and just so humble and just like, but he's a beast lyrically. But just like going back to what your coming up story, and as you're evolving into the brand of helping another brand grow. Right, like you done opened the door, you done got yourself through the door, now you're opening the door for others. Who out of the comedians, who do you think was like your main influence for like, this is how I want my brand to be like? Or was there anybody that you was like, I want my brand to be like this? Or was it like, I'm just follow the way of how I'm moving already?
Oh, number one's Kevin Hart.
Okay.
I like how Kevin Hart moves.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say Kevin Hart's like, the GOAT. I think we think of it like, the Chris Rocks, Dave Chappelle's, the Red Fox, George Carlin. I'm missing someone. I'm missing
Eddie
a lot.
Murphy.
Huh?
Will Smith?
Will Smith's not a comedian.
Eddie-
Will Smith's
Eddie
a comedic
Murphy?
actor.
That's true.
Because when you think about it, he didn't do comedy until he was 50. I thought he was a comedian. He's just a rapper that was comedic.
Comedic, yeah.
Very, very personable person. So it wasn't trying to like be like,
Yeah.
I just want to let you know. I don't want nobody feeling like you don't know nothing. You know a lot. I was just like, I thought he was a comedian. But I think how Kevin Hart, he got his Plastic Cup Boys and brought them with him. Because a lot of times when people get successful, they kind of forget the crew that they're running with. And for me, I look at people like Kevin Hart. So we're just looking at comedy, Kevin Hart. But we're looking at people in general. I like how LeBron moves, because Rich Paul,
Yes,
business.
yes.
I'm not looking at other people outside of my circles to do business with. I'm looking at people's like, if I grew up with you, if I like struggle with you, we came from a similar place, so we kind of understand what we going against when we go outside of New York. I'm kind of like a New York versus everybody. So I prefer working with people in New York City, right? And then after that, it's the tri-state. I prefer those areas because we came up in the same type of thing. So I will talk shit about Jersey. I will talk shit about Connecticut, but I'd rather work with y'all over anybody else outside of the United States. So that's how it is in building that. So LeBron and Drake, like just building with your friends, because I'd rather give money to people I know than people I don't, because then, these my dogs. So that's how I think about it.
That's beautiful, and I like that. It's unfortunate when it doesn't always go that way.
But you need to go through that.
But how? Yeah, and that's what I was gonna ask. How do you handle, not especially as somebody that works within their community or within their friend circles? How do you handle when situations don't always go the way they're supposed to go?
Charges to the game. I think when I heard that phrase, like, 3 to 4 years ago when I started like on Twitter. Someone said charge it to the game, and it's like that has been like an additional motto to me. Like I like tweeting mottos like every day, like consistency. So I used to like text like quotes on Facebook and people directly like for like 7-8 years, and that was like way too much money and way too much time. So I would just kind of like put mantras every day, like, you know, I just watched Creed recently. So there's one thing he says in Creed 1 that Rocky says, like, one step, one punch, one round, right? So there's like certain things when you get from a mantra is real quick, right? So for me, charges to the game to bring it back. A lot of times, sometimes things don't work. And it's like, what did you learn from it, right? And I think a lot of times people take it personal. Like, you should absolutely take it personal if someone ruins your reputation, your money. And then if it comes to certain activities to get back, you know, your honor, you got to do it. But I think, what do I learn? So if it's like some people I don't rock with no more, I was like, all right, cool, I don't rock with you, but there's going to be a point that I'm at a certain point, you're going to want that cosign and that bridge is gone. And I think that's the most important thing. Like, I will always try to give one good opportunity to work with someone. And after that, if we just kind of misalign, then that's it. I will never work with you again. You know, I'm not going to like destroy your brand, destroy your credibility, but it's more of like, when you see me, just move the other way. Like, we don't rock with each other. And I think that's it. Like, obviously, I've been doing therapy for like almost 4 years. So it's like, for me, I'm way more grounded than I was in like my early 20s, like early to mid 20s, when I was just more volatile or more like impulsive or like vengeful. I don't believe in vengeance no more, because most likely the best thing I can do is your lack of access to me. I'm going to be successful. And I think we're all going to be successful in our different ways, but lack of access is the most painful thing, because then you're going to be that person, you see them on TV or whatever they are. It's like, damn, I used to be really cool with this person, and now this person will never pick up my phone calls, you know? And that's the thing that hurts. Nothing I say is going to hurt you, but the fact that I'm rocking with people that we both know, and I be like, I don't rock with you. I will not say happy birthday to y'all. I know your mom, your dad, whatever. I don't rock with you. I don't rock with nobody that you rock with. If we have mutuals, we mutuals. I'm not going to tell anybody to pick a side, but that's how I see it. Discharge it.
I feel you. I like that. That's funny, because I was just having a conversation today about like, yo, you just gonna have to charge to the game and removing that access like that. And you're right. Like, and I want people to take pride wherever you are in your journey, because the audience is people that's making moves, right? That's why we making moguls. And if you a making mogul type of person, you building something, you have a vision, and understand that with you focusing and dedicating yourself in, like you are right now, taking this time to listen and learn, you going somewhere. And those people that don't rock with you or don't align with you, don't feel no type of way about it, even though your emotions are what they are and you are human. Because when you remove the access for you and you end up where you need to end up, where you're supposed to end up, where you going to end up, they're going to have to look at it like, damn.
Yeah, you just got to.
I used to. And they, every time, they will tell everybody that they used to.
You know, let them rock.
No, I think major facts.
Let them be. Like, it's all about like being on that same frequency. Like, as you grow, you have to. Some of the people, like, y'all knew each other for a little minute, but now y'all on like the same vibrational frequency of where y'all headed in y'all businesses, in y'all goals. When you're on that frequency with somebody, it's always gonna be low vibration versus high vibration. Who you align with, who's meant to be in your path, who's meant to be in this time of life. So yeah, let it rock. Like, everybody ain't meant to go where you headed.
That's a fact. You can't bring them.
Yeah.
Also, just because we saying let it rock and charges to the game, like, feel your feelings.
I was gonna say that.
I think a lot of times people, especially when I was growing up, I was like, if I felt something, I try to like swallow it or like put it in like my subconscious or put it somewhere else.
Yeah, me too.
And that is the most destructive thing you can do, is because a lot of those feelings and those mindsets occupy space that they don't need to. Like, I'm so much better at like feeling my feelings for a day. Is like, all right, I'm upset about this situation or this person or these entities. And then once I've kind of felt it for like a day or two, I'll give myself at most 3 days. After that, I'm Coochie, because I was honest with myself in that situation. So if it's like, all right, cool, I really like this girl, didn't work out. Now I express myself as like, hey, I don't really rock with what we're doing right now, the inconsistency. I express myself. A lot of times we have regrets. We have a lot of things that we left unsaid. And if you leave it unsaid, it's just going to just...
It still exists.
But it's going to turn into resentment.
Yeah.
And resentment is heavy, because you the only one holding. Nobody gives a shit.
Nobody even knows.
Nobody knows, because a lot of the things we do is like resentment, rage, hate, all that negative stuff. turn it into a workout, turn it into like your creative energy, just turn it into something else. But letting that just fester, it creates like a bitter like energy, and like that's how you move light. Like I can go into any hood no matter what, because I'm gonna move with good energy. I don't
That's
care
a
where
fact. I love that.
I'm good everywhere I
Everywhere
go.
I
I can
go.
go to Crenshaw, I can go to Africa. I'm gonna come in with good energy, and when you come with good energy, 9 times out of 10 people are gonna be like, I don't know who this dude is, but I like his energy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
vibrate.
And when people be like, I don't really like your energy, those are the people that's like, you already getting mean mugged. Like, that's
Yeah.
other people's like, I remember when I used to, like, around high school, I used to try to be cool. It's not wearing my glasses, so I couldn't see, but I'll be squinting at people. So I was like, why is this dude squinting at me? Because now I can't see because I'm scared.
Yeah.
I've been wearing contacts since 18, 19, and I just give people head nods, and it's a different energy when I can understand my energy around me.
Right.
So it's like, I'm not scared no more. So I didn't do nothing to you. You didn't do nothing to me. We cool. That's it. So that's the best way I would say it for that.
That's dope. That's dope. And I love that because that energy is everything. And this is where the energy is felt.
I like that. That was smooth.
Oh, I thought you were gonna jump in and do some type of creative like style speed jump in.
It was, but she just took the
because
flowers real
you
quick.
threw the alley and she was
Yeah.
looking at like right next to you, just like, oh, that's a nice
It's a nice pass.
That's
It's
a nice
beautiful.
pass. I know I'm busting your chops. Like timeline one, you were on point. Now timeline two, you kind of lack a daisical on offense.
She enjoying it. She enjoying the flow and the
Yeah,
energy.
I'm just flowing with it. So, how do you envision where you're the next level of where you're gonna take Skip from BK? Like, what are you seeing for yourself as a comedian?
I don't even look at myself as just a comedian though. So just to answer your question, like,
Let's just break down this mogul.
yeah. So to me,
I've
I've kind of like separated portions of who I am to make it easier to plan, right? So for me, like my IG, my social media handles are Skip from BK. I'm never changing. I don't care how famous I am. I'm literally
That's you.
Skip,
You Skip
from
from
BK.
BK.
When I'm on stage, I go by Skip Nedrick. I used to go try to do like the Howard Skip Nedrick Jr. Then it's like you try to be at comedy clubs and they be stuttering over names. It's
Yeah.
like, look, they can't say more than 2 things. You saying 4 things, they kind of be like, eh.
Yeah.
So I just had to like, if I'm Howard, it's like my professional. I'm trying to get money like the professional way. If I'm like Skip, this is when I'm doing creative stuff. So if I'm hosting an event, I'm gonna go by Skip from BK because social media knows me as Skip from BK. If I'm a comedian, I'm like, that's a name change I did over there. Just make it simple. So if I'm like focusing on like my personal stuff, I'm Howard. If I'm looking at event hosting, I'm Skip from BK. If I'm doing comedy, Skip Nedrick. And you would think like making those separations, like, is it complicated? But it actually makes it easier when I'm trying to like plan out what I'm trying to do.
That's
now,
a
answering
fact.
your question, for me, what am I trying to build towards in the next 2 to 5 years? So I'm working on a project with some guys, right? I'm not going to say because we're still working on it. And it's like, how do we elevate when it comes to just visual comedy? So I'm not going to say, I'll talk to y'all offline about it, but like online, we doing the preparation. Skipping BKs, I really want to get back into like hosting parties. So I was going to host a really crazy like day party. I think day party is good for people our age.
Yeah.
I'm not a person that's trying to party after 10, you know?
Yeah.
No. I'm trying to party from like 2 to 7 so I can be in bed by 9, okay? And I feel like for people like us, day parties are the way, bottoms, mimosas, all that stuff. So I wanted to host it, but then I had to, like you said, the financials started to look at me like, sir, what the hell are you talking about? We got to push it back a year. So I wanted to like figure out who are the hosts I wanted for like these 2 parties. One is a party kind of like for the fellas, and it's not just only for the fellas.
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
I get
call it like, and I say that because it's my stuff. So it's not like I only am superstitious when I'm working with groups because groups, you don't know what happens. But for me, it was like, I was going to be like Mimosa Poppy. So it's like a Mimosa Poppy Sunday, Saturday, and we're going to have Fires on Sunday brunch. So it's going to be Fires on Sunday is going to have women host, women DJs, women photographers. Mimosa Poppy is more of like the fellas. So it's kind of like, you know, I was trying to do for my birthday, it was going to be like comedy show on Friday, Skip's party on Saturday, and the ladies party on Sunday. But that was a lot. Everyone was like, yo, you trying to kill people. So it's like, let's space this out. So I was like, you know, let's get the money up. Let's get the venue. So
Try to do a whole retreat on them.
Yeah. I mean,
I like it.
But you want to like think with your brand, I don't have like the perfect ending to it because our life is continuous until we no longer breathe.
Yeah.
I think when you have like this very rigid plan for your life, it kind of makes it more stressful. It makes it more unattainable. Like some people's like, I just want to get to the NBA and NFL. Cool. Now, what's the problem with that? Because when people do get to the league,
narrow.
it's not even just that. It's like when you get to the league, what happens after that? There's a lot of people that make the league. They're not superstars.
No.
You have to be very mindful in how you manifest. We are on the Making Mogul Mondays, right? So you want to manifest, you have to be very clear at what you want to do and make sure that you can grow into it. Right. You can say, I want to make the league, and then you're the 12th man. So nobody knows you.
Nobody knows you, but you're in the league.
But nobody knows you. It's like,
or you get signed for a 3-day contract, and now you're in the G League.
See?
Be intentional.
So you have to be really mindful of what you say. So again, even going with that, I want to be one of the best comedians. Being the best is like, it's subjective.
Subjective, yeah.
I want to be one of the best comedians, one of the best event hosts, and also I want to be one of the best kind of like network curators. Yeah, I want to be able to like, all right, you doing this, y'all two doing this. How do I throw it out to someone else so everyone makes bags? I think for me, I just love making plays and like seeing it. I don't even need to make money off of it. I like seeing it. I want to help black and brown people win. So black, Hispanic, that's what I want.
I love that.
I want that because they're not looking for us to win.
They're not.
So I think we have to get used to the community mindset of like, there's some communities that they're more successful because they're always looking to make plays for each other.
Always.
And I think at the end of the day, everyone feels like I have to make plays by myself. And it's like, that is the most backwards way of doing things.
Because
you don't know everything. So
and
you have to
network,
do everything yourself.
It's your network.
See, I knew that one. I'm not even on the show.
Yeah. So like, I love that. I love that because I align with everything you're talking about. That's the Making Moguls right there. That's how we make moguls right there. You got to make sure that you connect. You got to make sure that you build with the right people.
Yeah.
And so in that, right, you've worked with a lot of people, right? You've done a lot of things in this last couple of years. And so what's some of your favorite milestones?
Yes.
Favorite things that you've like, you walked away from that and you was like, yeah, that was a good one.
I think one that I think of top of mind, there was this competition that was in the city, comic competition. It was called Sloshed, right? So it was basically, I think it was like 6 or 8 rounds, and each round I had to take a shot. Every comedian had to take a shot of alcohol. So each time you're getting more and more smacked while you're doing alcohol. So I did that competition twice. The first time, I think I placed out of like 12 comedians, like 7th or 8th. The second time I placed 3rd. Now I was really close to winning, but I knew why I didn't win. So it's like the thing is not even on some hating shit. Like nobody's my competition except me. Like, and I say that for everyone and whoever's listening. Like nobody, there's like 6 people here. I'm not anybody's competition. Nobody's my competition. The only person that's your competition when you look in the mirror
is you.
So I think just to say that, that's like the number one thing of like that improvement of like, I really wanted to do better. This is how you do it. Like you have to like love it. I think the second thing was just really having a sold out show for my last birthday, like comedy show. Like those are the best. And it's just, I don't even care about throwing parties, but comedy show on my birthday is probably something I'm gonna do every time because it's like I love making people laugh, and I'm trying to give y'all the funniest people that I know in the city or like across the country. Like these are the funniest people. You should keep in touch with these people, right? Because I want you to walk away from a good experience. A lot of times people have to come and pay for dinners and all that type of stuff. It's stupid. Nah, don't do that. Just come and laugh with me and my comedy friends. And I think those are the things you remember. Because at the end of the day, those are good memories. So consistently like having like a people that want to come back to my shows, that's a good feeling.
That's a fact.
And I think the third thing that's like a big milestone to me is becoming like a comedy curator at Love Story, right?
Yeah.
Those are things that maybe was like, I'm dreaming of like, I want to open my own comedy club. Like in Brooklyn.
Okay.
We don't really have a lot of those, right?
Nope.
I think we have one or two, or 1 or 2 or 3. And I want to do that to like put like a space where people like us can like get better at comedy and just have control of their destinies. So I think those are the things that I just, not to rant off for endlessly, but like those are the top 3 that I would just say.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I love that.
Yeah, that's fire. Because I've been to Love Story one time. And I enjoyed my experience there. I mean, like, it was a Friday. They was doing comedy. It was okay.
Wait, when did you go?
It was Life of Morris. He had did something. He does something downstairs.
Yeah, he does the music thing. I remember.
Yeah,
I know him. Shout out to
shout out to Scott Morris. That's my guy.
Yo, he's the GOAT.
Yeah. Wait till he come on Making Moguls. Y'all gonna see.
He's the GOAT. I had performed there. It was like my first time working with Scott Morris, and it was such a dope experience. I think I was upstairs for a little bit. I think they were doing the comedy upstairs.
So if that's what I think it is, I don't think that was a Friday though.
Maybe a Saturday.
It could be, because I know for us, we didn't start that till later, but it's still a good vibe. That's why I like going
Love
to
Story is like from the bartenders to like when you coming in.
Shout
like
out to D, shout out to JC, shout out to all of them. Shout out to Chris.
They're dope. I ain't gonna fight. It's a dope little spot, and I like the imagery down there. I was like, all right, this is
Shout
cool.
out to the Poom Poom Juice. Only drink 2 of those.
Yeah, like
If you
what?
have a
I ain't
significant
never
other,
hear no
I
shit
feel
called
really
the
bad
Poom
for them.
Poom juice. Like,
Poom Poom Juice goes right to your groins. That's it.
yeah, I was like, and that was in the time I was drinking, and I'm not gonna front, the drinks was hitting, and I was like,
A little heavy-handed.
I was like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's going on here? But it's shout out to Love Story. That's
Shout
a
out,
dope
shout
little
out,
spot.
shout out.
Where I was going with this?
I don't know. It's following you. You just talking about you performing poetry.
Oh yeah. I was it was a dope spot. So I'm be real excited to check you out on Friday.
I appreciate it. I'll be there.
Yeah.
And so now, in your growth and your connections and your curating, do you see yourself like, because you are an actor?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, I've been shout out to Jomo, shout out to his wife Katiana. They got married last year.
Hey, that's another Brooklyn Tech gem right there.
That's my guy. If you ever see my podcast, when it comes to all of those, he's the Ryan Coogler to my Michael B. Jordan. Like that's my guy. Like he's probably always gonna create with me till we're not breathing. But that's my guy. Yeah.
Shout out.
So yeah, I was in Amare. And I was in Wingman. I was in Wingman as like a background person, but Amare, I was like a supporting character. I was literally playing the character Jiffy, which is a kind of flip on Skippy. So
okay,
yeah,
that's funny. That's funny.
I know. If shout out to Danielle, she was I think class of 2011. She used to call me Jiffy, so that was like kind of like homage to her.
Yeah,
so shout out to her.
Shout out to her too. Yeah, she doing her thing too. It's a beautiful thing.
I know, bro. But yeah, I mean, acting is still there. I just think for me, I want to take acting courses, right? And, I did say I watched Creed, and just seeing like a lot of people, they went to school for it. They went to studying for acting. Like, I think for me, I come from a place of, I use my energies like that I have, but there's a different level of getting better. And I think when you start paying to like learn from people that are professionals to get better, it's like when you take it seriously. So I think right now, even to say what you say with my plan, first let's get some money. Let's get that money, that paper flowing. So that's more events, more comedy. And then I do want to, while I'm still doing comedy, take some acting courses, getting better, like do more acting, get on some commercials, get on some, web series, get on TV, hopefully get on some movies. So
I was gonna say,
do
we see some movies in the future for Skip from BK?
It's not if, it's when.
Okay, that's where we go.
You gotta have the
Talk
energy.
about it.
No, that's a fact. I needed to
about
know.
it.
I needed to know. Listen, so I'm expecting to see some
I want to
movies.
be in Creed 5.
Hey,
Creed 4
okay.
is coming too soon, but I want to be in Creed 5. I don't
Creed
have
5.
to. I don't care if it's Jonathan Majors. I don't care if it's Drago. I don't care if it's Michael B. Jordan. I want to lace them up.
Okay.
So I love the Rocky films. I love Creed. So I'm saying it right now. I'm going to be in Creed 5.
And we're making moguls with it, baby.
Manifest that.
So this is the first time I said this like audio wise. I'll be tweeting it, but
but I like that.
audio-wise.
I like that because guess what? When we shoot, we don't miss.
Shoot, don't miss.
So I'm telling you, y'all gonna see my guy Skip.
So you also have your own podcast.
I have two.
Two
podcasts.
I do.
Big boss.
Let's plug them. Let's talk about them.
Let's talk about them.
So the first one is Dreams Money Can Buy. I'm an avid Drake fan. It's one of my favorite songs by Drake. And the reason why I call it Dreams Money Can Buy is like everyone got a dream, right? And I think when it comes to that, you want to kind of see other people's journey into how they got there. A lot of times with interviews, you're going to ask people like, the last 2-3 years, what did you do? I think you don't even know sometimes how your path to destiny happens until like you actually kind of start from the beginning and go like through school and stuff like that. And you kind of like learning along the way to be who you are right now. Like you were trying to be a poet, you were trying to be an entrepreneur, but if you think back to you in school, like the way you were hustling, you always had like that mindset. It's just how you bring it together. So when you actually like how I interview, I started everything I do, I start studying before I do the podcast. So I did the podcast in 2019, but I was studying for it from 2015, 2016. I was watching interviewers. I was really studying them. And the three people that I love the most is Nardvart, It's the Real, and Hot Ones. The Hot Ones when it comes to the chicken thing. Because that dude, they're all white, but they're all FBI agents. I'm convinced.
Oh, because
especially Nardvar. He's like,
Nardvar,
remember when your auntie told you at like the 3rd grade that you were going to be this? Like, he's like, first of all, when did you have a conversation with my auntie? Second, how did you know it was the third grade? Like, I don't be, they be talking to hood dudes, and hood dudes be like, that's crazy. He knows this about me. Like, and he be making sure he don't be saying nothing illegal. That's how you know he appreciate the culture, unlike some people, not taking shots. But he appreciates the culture. He's not trying to get nobody in trouble. And I love that, but I just didn't want to be that good.
Yeah.
I want to be the level right under it. I didn't want to scare you in interviews where I knew, like, damn, your crush Jason told you that you ain't shit. Yeah. And it's like, damn, I don't give a fuck about your poem, Empress. And you came like, I'm going to make some poems that this nigga's going to wish he... Yeah. So, like, you know, like, that's a little... So I think when it came to that, and I just finished season 3, that means... I have a limited amount of seasons I want to do for it, right? So I think a lot of people reaching out to me and stuff like that to get on it. But it's kind of like an appreciation. Because like for me, if I'm studying these people, it's like, I really love your journey because it inspires me. So it's like a set amount of seasons. I ain't going to say it. I'll probably say it offline. But a set amount of seasons of these are the people that you should really pay attention to. So that's what Dreams, Money Can Buy is all about.
Okay.
And the second one real quick is Skip Chronicles. That was the name of my first Tumblr page. So I was like, I was just
That's crazy because I remember that.
Yeah, it was literally, and I love kind of going backwards. I love kind of going backwards to move forwards. Like if I want to think of a name, sometimes it's like, yo, what did I kind of last work on? And I was like, I really like Skip Chronicles. I was like, when is like the last time I wrote freely, or I was like kind of like being myself. So Skip Chronicles to me is like just like a one-man podcast. All my episodes are micro podcasts. So I'll start in like talking about growing up in Queens. So I am from Brooklyn, but I was born in Queens, but I moved to Brooklyn when I was 5. Okay. So I never really went to school in Queens. So people like, you from Queens? I don't know that place. That place don't make no sense to me. I can't drive there, you know? So it's like everything that I am, I kind of like do that like as telling the story because I kind of want to give it back to like my kids and my grandkids and like younger people because a lot of times you don't have like an audio history of your family. So I ain't gonna say everything. I ain't gonna say something like the scandalous things out there. You gonna get that in paper. You gonna lock that up in the safe, get that in paper. But like for things to help people, like even for me, my insecurities, I talk about like therapy, right? How did these things happen? Like from like when I was a teenager, when I was a preteen, when I was like a toddler, like I talk about how I was growing, and now I'm kind of chronologically getting to adult, and that now what do I think? How did 2020 affect me? How did like Nipsey dying affect me? How did like, you know, Chadwick affect me? How did like people that I look up to like Allen Iverson affect me? Because my big 3 people that I looked up to was Will Smith, Allen Iverson, and The Rock. Like if we look at it, even how I move is like those 3 people are like really foundational to like the type of person I am. So I feel you. I think that's why I like both those podcasts. One is for the people where I'm just showing like, you know, I'm always trying to put people on, and one is for myself where it's just like let's share some intellectual ideas like and stuff like that.
That's dope. Definitely love the platform you create, and definitely
always
the legacy. Like
I'm trying to do it.
It's beautiful. So we got a lot of gems today. This was a beautiful episode.
Try.
I love it. Now you gotta tell these people where you can find you at.
Wait. What advice would you give to somebody that's stepping into the influencer world? Like, cause you're an influencer.
Well, technically, I'm a micro-influencer.
This guy's too humble.
I am. I'm just going by the categories.
By the categories, yeah. It's
been labeled on to me.
Okay.
Because the influencers be like those 100K. They say something, they get checks. Yeah. I get. The influencer be following me. Yeah, that's how it is. The influencers be following people.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a fact. So what advice would you give to somebody that's saying, "Look, I want to step out there. I'm trying to connect to the world. I'm trying to let them see where I'm headed with my gifts, but trying to let the gifts connect to everything else." What's the advice you got for the future micro influencers?
All right, you asked 3 questions, so I'm gonna try to answer each of them, right? I think when it comes to influence, I don't think I'm influencing. You know, like I'm not gonna come from this place of I'm here to influence you. You know, like, I'm literally just being myself. I come out of people be like, damn, I wrote on Twitter like a day or 2 ago. Like I think based off of the movies I've seen and TV shows I've seen, I said Jonathan Major could be the next Denzel Washington. Just made a tweet. That was my thoughts. You know, a lot of retweets came in saying, it's too early. And I was like, the most important word that I said in that sentence was could. This is when reading comprehension. I could be 1 or 2 people. I can be trying to like quote retweet and just try to be like, you're stupid. I like to have fun. Let's have conversation, right? Just be who you are. If you're an antagonist person, you want to destroy people, have a blast. I think more of like, I always want to be, you decided you want to retweet or talk to my stuff. What was the purpose? And not even like a disrespectful, like what is the purpose? So when you're trying to convey yourself in Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, again, this goes back to way back what I was saying before. Like be authentic to who you are. Because when you're authentic, is gonna show. Like I am me in every. I'm not trying to make an avatar and be cool. I'm literally me everywhere. That's why it's so easy when I go down the street. It's like, damn, I didn't think you're gonna be like this. I'm literally me. It's like, that's a fact, you know? So when it comes to that first part, that's how you influence, is being authentic. You can't do anything that's artificial because it's fake. Second, if you want to let people know about your stuff, you just let people know about your stuff. You know? You literally like, hey, I wrote this poem. Cool. I might perform this poem at Making Mogul Marketplace. You know? Shout out to that. You know, like you just do it. I think a lot of people are so in their head overthinking it, and I just do it. And I think that's why people think I'm way more confident than I am. Like I'm grounded. It's not even about confidence. It's not about insecurity. I understand there's some things I don't know, some things I'm scared of, but I understand that. And I'm brave enough to get up and walk towards it. A lot of times I can't let that fear overcome me, because then I'm not going to get things done. So I think when it comes to the third question you had, like to be connecting all the dots, third question, because I like answer all the questions. What are the dots that you want to connect? How do they connect, right? If you're a business person and you like to be in the back, what do you want to do behind the scenes? Do you want to do events? Do you want to do music? Do you want to do sports? Do you want to be a coach? Do you want to produce basketball terms? You literally can do anything. You just got to sit with yourself and like, what do I want to do? How do they connect? And once you kind of figure all that stuff out, authentic, posting, showcasing all the things, you can start bringing in people to like really be with you in the journey. But you just got to figure it out by spending time with yourself and just pushing forward. As you were saying before.
And I like that. Bringing it all the way back. And
Yeah.
I'm making sure that y'all going to connect. Y'all making sure that y'all going to lock in, because studying and being a student of the game is how you elevate.
Absolutely.
Fact.
So if you're in this comedy game,
Yep.
I need you to study my guy Skip from BK, because he's been doing it for a decade, for over a decade.
Well, comedy for 6.
But you've been a mogul.
hosting
You've been
for-
handling this business.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
You're right.
you've been developing.
I just want
this
to make sure
platform.
nobody was trying to say I just was trying to like, fabricate the stats.
Well,
you know what I'm
listen.
saying?
Here's what I say. We done said it mad times in this episode.
I know, but
So if they clip it,
yeah.
it'll go viral, and then somebody gonna watch it, and then now people gonna be like, "Yo, but they actually said." And if they didn't, then all right, cool.
That's
Come
cool.
test me about it.
I feel you.
Go test me about it. But I make sure. I hope y'all tap in. I hope y'all followed. I hope y'all tap in to
Yeah.
all the podcasts. I hope
Skip
y'all.
UDK everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. To follow like the podcast is Cove, COVE, Alpa, ALPA. That's like my brand. When I come to anything creative, it visually is there. Cove is supposed to be like a hidden bay. Alpa is like a play on the word alpha, so it's like Cove. So it's like a hidden bay of like hidden elite. That's how I see it. So that's what
I
we do.
like that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. So I'll make sure y'all tap in, okay? And y'all know, every Monday from 7 to 8 and beyond, because, moguls got to make their time sometimes. Y'all going to be tapped in with Making Moguls. As I said, my promise is if you watch this, by the end of the year, you're going to have increased your net worth at least 20%. And added another stream of income.
Yes.
Because we talk about your journey, we talk about the funding, we talk about the organization, we talk about making sure that we make moguls every single Monday. So y'all gonna tap in, y'all gonna subscribe, y'all gonna follow the Making Moguls on Instagram, and y'all gonna get all these jewels. Because you either win with us,
You watch us win, baby.
and that's how we're gonna do it. It's your boy, Sir Vijano Alexander, aka King Cosmic. And if you can't find me, you ain't looking hard enough, because I'm literally the only Vijano. Literally the only Vijano. So just VE_JANO. By the time you put in the E, you're going to find me. Like, it's that.
What's good? It's your girl Empress, where the energy is tasted and the love is felt. Make sure you're following _Melanin Royalty for poetry, music, upcoming mogul content, everything that connect networking. Your net worth is your net worth on that page, on all of the pages. And y'all already know I'm the illest vegan chef in New York City. Yeah, I say that. I know that. I be that.
It's a fact.
Follow me on Instagram _Empress Eats, where the energy is really tasted and the love is really felt. We got the Mogul Market coming up March 26th, baby.
That's a fact, baby.
That's coming real fast.
We got panels.
We got
We got performances.
The lineup is ridiculous.
We got vendors.
Yes.
We
yes.
making sure we showing out. And it's Women's History Month.
And it's Women's History
It's my
Month.
favorite month.
You feel what
My
I'm
mom's
saying?
birthday is this month. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out
Shout
Mom
out to the
Dukes.
Dukes.
And it's spring. It's about to be spring.
So we in a planning season. If you are a vendor, if you are a upcoming, if you are a rapper, poet, comedian, anything, hit us up. We got a spot for you in the mogul market. Let us know. Let us connect. We outside. We outside. We outside. Y'all already know.
Let's make it happen, baby.
3 times.
Yeah, and yeah, no, I forgot. We had something else that we had planning. Oh, for the month of March.
Yes.
I remember for the month of March, we are doing consultations for all the women in the women business.
Yes.
Tap in. We got resources for y'all. I'm telling y'all, we plugging y'all into all of our funding resources, getting yourself set up for business credit, getting yourself set up for private funding, knowing how to set a business plan, knowing how to get yourself all incorporated, protecting your business. We got trademark lawyers. We got everybody you need. So tap in.
Inside,
and
you want to be
you
tapped
right.
into the money team. We are the money team. We want to be reflections of the money team. Let's get it. Let's get this work. Yo, come on.
Let's handle it, baby. And that's my Monday.
Happy Monday, y'all. We outside, inside. Grrr, bow.
Bow.
Happy Monday. Grrr, we out here.